we still not
Hello.
live yet?
No, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Over Coffee, our morning talk show where we talk about just about games or just about anything else. And you will notice that we are down rich this morning. So, of course, we had a technical difficulty, and the title of the show. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, good. I was freaking out. I didn't know if I got the title right, but everything worked out okay. Yay! So I'm here with John, and also who you can't see on screen is also Doug, and we're doing a short show because I do have to, even though I'm hosting the stream. I do have to leave for work very shortly, so that's okay. So, Doug and John, have you guys got a chance to play anything since, or did you do anything interesting since just Monday's show?
No,
Oh, okay. I played
I
some.
don't do anything interesting ever.
I played some Dominions 5, and we've got a big meeting coming up with LI Tabletop, which we're excited about to talk about possible some new projects in the future. And I know that Rich has been working on some new projects coming up too, so that's super cool. John, did you do anything interesting in the last couple days?
No, nothing necessarily new. There's mostly just been kind of going back to Satisfactory, kind of putting more time into that,
Okay.
and just playing some other games on PC.
Now, one of the things that did happen is that Doug and I joined John's World Salad Show on Monday night. That was pretty good. I really appreciate you guys helping me out. I've had a long-term campaign that I've been interested in trying to develop, and you guys really did help me out, so I do appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I did actually play a game this week.
Oh, really? What was it?
I played the new Zombicide Second Edition.
Okay, and what did you think?
I think it's great. They did phenomenal. But the first one was like clunky, right? And then as they started introducing more zombicides, they started ironing out the rules a little better. Now this new one, it's actually pretty good. It was a lot of fun. It's difficult, the abominations actually have there's an abomination deck, so you can draw the abomination card from the main deck. You can draw one from the abomination deck, and then choose a random abomination.
All right.
And then they also it's very good. It was fun. Like it was hard. I lost to a survivor, so I actually lost the mission. And yeah, no, it's much better than previous installments. So I'm very excited to pick it up
Cool.
and have it. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Now, we didn't necessarily have a topic. We weren't thinking about having a topic because we have a short show. We were thinking of reading the news, but actually, John said maybe we should talk about something real quick. So I don't know, John, if you've got anything that you want to bring up, or if we have any ideas for anything.
How about this real quick? Maybe as a short topic. I did one thing I didn't mention on Monday is that I did play some board games over the weekend, and I we had like a limited amount of time. Like granted, limited, we had like 4 or 5 hours. I opted to play a couple more shorter games, but one of our friends had said elected to play something longer,
Okay.
which was not necessarily the worst thing, but kind of like towards the like third quarter of it, I kind of knew I was not going to win, and the game still had to go on for like another 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
So personally, do you guys prefer games that are longer or shorter in length? And how do you feel like if there's a situation where there's a game where well, especially it's difficult when there's more than two players, where you're not going to win, but you kind of have to just kind of politely write it out.
So I love complicated long games generally. However, if under a time constraint, then I will jump on the short ones just to get a bunch of different games in and have some fun and won't take them too seriously. But honestly, if I had my dream games to play, they'd be the games that take two 2 hours plus, and the better ones for me are the ones that take 4 to 8 hours, really. But usually, not all the time. What about you, Doug?
Well, I'm a fan of games that don't take super long. Like I enjoy a game that plays like 45 minutes to an hour,
Right,
so that you get a couple in.
right.
It's nicer to get, in my opinion, it's more fun to get a few games in rather than just like one game. Well, especially if you're with a few people. Exactly.
And
Yeah, yeah.
we're talking board games, not like role playing games. Of course, go on and on and on as long as you want
Yeah,
potentially.
Right, 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 right,
like
right.
we played was it Blood Bowl Sports Manager, which is like a it's like a card game version of Blood Bowl where you're putting players down at certain skirmishes to try to win points, and it's all about like it's a weird game in that like you're trying to both simultaneously improve your deck and improve your team while trying to score points. So you have to kind of like balance what am I going to go for this turn. And you can have it where like you completely whiff, and as a result, somebody clearly snowballs ahead while everybody else kind of struggles. And I was like, it's a fun enough game, but we started at about I'd say 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock, and we wrapped up at about 11.
Hmm. Well, there you go.
And that's all we did.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a pretty long game. 6:30 to 11, and took a while. But I like the games that have a lot of strategy, especially historical simulation games. Those are my favorite. But it's very few people play those. And guys have heard me talk about Anthony. So I play those with Anthony, and then I play RTS historical games on Steam with a few of my friends, like Hearts of Iron and Europa Universalis, and then we've played longer games of Civilization. But it does seem about once or twice a year I get an opportunity to play another big strategic game like Twilight Imperium or something, or Civilization, the original Civilization board game. You know, um, I really like Twilight Struggle a lot, and that doesn't hit the table hardly at all because people are intimidated by it, or they don't know the rules, and I know the rules. So the first game is a teaching game, and then they're like, "Oh, that game was great, but it took 3 hours, and it's not really a time period I'm interested in. So thanks."
Right.
And so it's hard to hit the table when you got to teach a very complicated game, and then really to get people up to speed. Even myself, I've actually taught the game like 12 times. Twilight Struggle, this is, and I've only actually played it with people without teaching it like twice. You know, so I'd like to. I'm not. I'm far from an expert at the game. I've seen the cards more than other people have seen the cards, but even that, I'm not even an expert.
So what about prematurely ending a game when there's a clear window indicated?
That is an excellent topic. I've most of my friends don't mind ending the game early, but some do. Some would rather just play it out because some of the games that we play, as you don't know. You think you're in the lead, but maybe that last couple turns are critical.
Right.
I played an Outer Rim game recently, and Star Wars Outer Rim, and it just looked like one of the players was just gonna take it easy. There's no like had 8 victory points. I think you have to get the 10 victory points or something like that. Had like 8 victory points, and everybody else had like 5. And then somebody just had a card combo and got lucky and went from like 5 or 6 victory points to 10 in like one turn, and and won. So sometimes you don't know those games at the end. I played Lords of Waterdeep, which has been a lot of fun, and you have no idea who's winning until you actually finish. So those games are tough to call, but I
Right,
think
especially because like a lot of those games usually have end of game bonuses, so like
right,
you don't calculate everything until the very end, and that could also very much hinge on how the last turn went.
right. So, but I have ended games early. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. What about you? What about you, Doug?
Ending game early. Yeah, I mean sometimes, not often. Like I enjoy getting through it. Well, I'll try to wait,
Right.
But yeah, yeah. I'll-
All right. Well, there you go. Actually, John, what about you, John? Do you end games early?
I personally haven't like, but only because like it's not that often that I've been the one who's been hosting games lately. I've mostly just been going to like play with other people, and
Right.
then basically at their discretion whether to call it or not.
Right.
So I mean, like, yeah, like if I'm with a bunch of people and like if enough people call for it, But I think it's like you said. I think there's something that's like people are ingrained to try to see things through, just to kind of like see, like, let's just see how it shakes out to the end. But sometimes, especially like when you have a limited time frame or whatever, that maybe it might not be the best thing. But
Mm. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. And unfortunately, we don't have really anybody watching right now, but I'm sure people watch this later. By the way, I have seen that on the Twitch, looking at some of the Twitch stats, that even though people may not be up at 6:30 in the morning, we've got a fair number of people that watch this on Twitch. So probably later in the day or the next day, and or at least check it out. I don't know. I don't get the stats on how long they watched. But on occasion, you'd be surprised. There's 20, 25 people that have watched one of these shows.
I go back and check it after at a later time.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, a couple of those people might be us, but that's cool. That's all good. And then it's also I'm uploading everything on YouTube. I took that over from Rich because he's really busy. So some of the videos are getting limited hits, and other ones are doing better. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, I've got to run to work, and I'm sitting here hosting on my personal computer, so on my laptop. So we're gonna have to end the show. But I really appreciate John and Doug coming out. Rich, we hope you feel better. And sorry he wasn't able to make it to the show today. You guys got
I think
anything?
you have a show tonight.
Say again.
You have a show tonight.
Yes, I do. Thank you, John. My goodness. I was just about to ask you guys for plugs. 10 p.m. tonight, I'm talking board games. I'm not too sure which board game I'll be talking about yet. Oh, we might be doing. Oh, no, I don't know yet. We'll have to figure it out. But King Domino. That's the one I think I'm going to try to do tonight. So 10 p.m. right here on the LITT Network, Long Island Tabletop. Doug, you got anything? Any plugs?
No hair plugs yet.
Okay, no hair plugs, but Thursday night,
Mhm.
catch Watching Paint Dry at
Oh
7:30
yeah,
with Doug.
there's that. Yes, I'll be
Yeah.
painting tomorrow night.
John, you
Yes.
got anything? We just did World Salad. You got anything coming up?
No, no.
All right, cool. So with that said, thanks everybody for watching us later on Twitch or YouTube, and we do hope you have a great day and good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning.
See you soon.